All right, so this is a video that talks about Tacoma and home prices. Now, I know people will probably say that we already know they're expensive, right? Because I did a video just not that long ago talking about rent prices and home prices, but things change quickly here. Let me first say, before I get into that, someone had said they're annoyed by the ads, YouTube ads. Let me tell you something. First, YouTube, when it comes to ads, because I at one point just did nothing but the premium, and so I didn't see ads at that point, and I had basically a YouTube Premium for a while, so it didn't matter who had ads and that type of thing. I would never really see them because you don't get ads with YouTube Premium. And the reason why we with YouTube Premium is mainly because our youngest loves her little baby shows. So anytime there's an ad, she would freak out like it has been shut off. And so we basically changed it. And then after a while, we liked it too because you didn't have to see ads. Well, since then, YouTube has changed how they do ads a little bit because you get, I don't know what the term is, but they're like cluster ads. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry. Sweets came in here. But and I got to go here in a little bit. But you get these what I call cluster ads where you get two ads back to back. It's kind of like when you're watching like Hulu and it says ad 1 of 4. It's like, man. So you're sitting there waiting. And so before it was never really like that where you get like two ads back to back. FYI, I basically just go in there and throw ads in. Like I do the suggested ads. So basically, it automatically places the ad break wherever it chooses. And then that's pretty much it. So I don't control the fact that YouTube, because I'm always talking about that, I get tired of the ads. I don't control if YouTube displays 2 ads, 3 ads. I don't control if it's like a where they take the screen off and then they play their ad, or if they put a little strip down at the bottom. YouTubers don't control that. Now, what I did learn kind of the hard way is skipping ads. YouTube has an algorithm where what they try to do, and I'll get back to the topic, but YouTube has an algorithm where based on the user, they will try to find ads that are specific for you, right? When you start skipping ads, what happens is that they then think, well, that's not specific to you. So then they just start dumping whatever ad, not dumping, that's a bad way to say it. It seems like they just give you whatever ad that they have. So then you get a bunch of everything. So now I don't even skip them. I just end up doing something else because I'm just like, whatever. And it helps the person too. Even if you skip ads, it helps them, but at least I don't have to see stuff that really is not applicable. And that's just how basically YouTube works, and that's how content creators work too. Anyway, back to the topic because you guys probably don't care. But I just wanted to explain it because some people get a little miffed, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I mean, sorry, but I don't own Google. If I did, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you guys. But anyhow, so um, the housing market here is changing drastically. Now, someone made a comment a long time ago that they assumed I lived downtown, which I would love to live downtown, by the way. I've been trying to get Noelle to move downtown and she won't do it. And she won't do it because she wants her garden, her yard, and her chickens. And if we move downtown, where I want to move, it's a building. So you're not going to be able to have any of that. You may have a patio garden, but you're not going to have any of that. And then recently, since we've been really busy with the studio, she was talking the end of last year, well, I probably won't have much of a garden this year because I'm just too busy. And then just the other day, she's like, I'm not really feeling the chickens anymore, so I probably won't have them. And I'm like, but you were making that as the centerpiece as to why you don't want to move. Like, I'd rather live that, because I don't want to mow the grass. I don't want to have to deal with, I don't want to have to deal with that. Me, I'm more simplistic. I like to be able to get up, get dressed, go to work, come back home, and do that every day. On the weekends, veg out, and I never have to worry about mowing grass. I hate it. I hate mowing grass. But anyway, that's besides the point. I prefer to basically move, but people think that I live downtown, and that's not the case. Now, I'm not going to tell you where I live because there's some unique people, and I don't want them to know where I live. But I live about 3 miles from downtown, right? And the closer you get to downtown, the more expensive properties are. And that's just how it is. Now, with that said, there are certain areas, like if you go to Puyallup, you're going to have some pricier homes. And if you go to University Place, these are all suburbs, you're going to have pricier homes, of course. And then there's areas that's always had kind of more pricier, higher end homes. Stadium District, for example, Proctor. Yeah, Point Ruston, which is a newer development. And that has made the city of Ruston become a little bit more higher end than what it used to be in the past, right? And so once you go towards the west of the city, the prices go up a little bit also because you're seeing the water and all of that. But other than that, the rest of Tacoma really does not have as much high-end prices, right? And I've always done videos talking about if you want a home that's in the 200,000s or the 300,000s, now's the time to kind of bite. And I had said something in the previous video that, it used to be you can find a home here for 260 something, 270 something, but those are hard to find. And, I remember back in Seattle, I was talking about home prices there, and they're at that point in time, they were probably hovering around $500,000. And, for some people that's a bargain. And I said, but Tacoma, back in them days, we're talking, what, 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago, you can find homes down here for about 180. And they didn't really need a lot of work. They needed some work, but not a lot of work. They were kind of fixer-uppers, but you could move into them and fix them up over time. Those days are gone. Now you're seeing homes go up all over the place. Now, we're 3 miles from downtown, to give you an example. Okay. I guess Tacoma, by the time you go to, let's say, Parkland, Spanaway, or if you were to go to Lakewood or something like that, prices may be a little bit different. But just in general, there have been, there's less houses on the market. So when you look, there's not a lot. So that means that you have a high supply or you have a high demand of people and just a low supply. Well, that automatically is going to make housing prices higher. This time of year, people aren't really looking for homes because it's draining and it's kind of the winter months. Everybody knows that. Spring break, people start to look a little bit more. Summer break is when people jump on it because kids are out of school, that type of thing, and they want their kids to start up whenever school starts. They don't want to interrupt their school year. So the housing market is going to heat up. But already in this area, there are houses now at $400,000. That's insane. There's houses now for $400,000. And there's been new houses been built set at $400,000. There is a house that's been remodeled. Took them a while. Been remodeled. Looks great. $400,000. Noelle looked at a map of the area, and all of the houses, with the exception of one, were like 370, 380, 400,000. I mean, because they're like 399, 950. I mean, yeah, it's 400,000. But there was one house that was sitting at 300,000. It was 295, and it looked. It could you move in? Yeah, but there's a good portion of the house that you need to do some good work on. I mean, it's not like it's unlivable, but yeah, you would need to do some work on it, right? And it was at 295. That kind of shocked me that it's that quick. It has happened that quick, right? And it has trickled from downtown outward that fast. So now, any point that you go from downtown, you're seeing the exact same things, right? Where the prices are going up and pretty fast and pretty high. The fact that there are homes in Tacoma, because there's always been homes in Tacoma that's 500,000, 600 million, million and a half. There's always been homes that price, but they've been in certain strategic areas. Now you're seeing homes that are $400,000, regular homes. regular homes, they're at 400,000. Homes that are in the home that's 290 something is probably, I think Noelle said it's pending. They're gone. In fact, the homes that are listed for 400,000, there are 3 of them, and I can literally walk to them, to all 3. They're all generally on the same street. They are all pending. They're pending. So when you look at the map, even though there's these 4 or 5 homes that are listed, all of them are pending or have already been bought. And it's not even the best part of the year in terms of weather conditions and optimal time to buy. But that shows you how tight the market is getting here. The supply used to be pretty big in Tacoma. There used to be a lot of supply. And I've talked about that. We've had a lot of supply. Seattle didn't have a lot of supply and, that type of thing. But Tacoma has always had a pretty decent amount of supply. It would just be snapped up pretty quick. Now, the supply of homes is getting pretty thin. And, let me take a look at homes, because Noelle just sent me a thing. She often looks at homes and stuff. I used to do that a lot, but I'm just too busy to kind of do that. But let's see. Let's just take a look generally. No, that's not what I meant. But what this means is, and I've had people say, look, I'm looking to move there in a year. And, this is what I'm hoping to do. And to be honest with you, it's getting pretty tough. If I were to put in 250,000, and this is not based on any sort of bedroom or anything like that, okay? If I put in 250,000, it's pretty sporadic overall. You can still find some stuff, without a doubt. You can still definitely find some stuff. But let me see what this one is. Here's something for $65,000. Yeah, 65,000. But it is a lot. Not a lot. It's a lot. A piece of land here in Tacoma, and it looks like there's a water, looks like a little river. So you don't have much of a building space. The other space that's $80,000 is a piece of land. So let me go in here and fix it so that it doesn't show me everything that's available, because I want to be able to see homes and not just everything. So let me go in and put that it should be only homes. New. Okay. All right, so I'm going to put those in. Let's see, okay. Let's put all those in, and then let's see what we get for 250,000. Let's see if there's anything that pops up. Nothing. In Tacoma, I put in $250,000, and I came up with nothing for 250. There's nothing. There is some, well, I take that back. There's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath for $205,000. It's 868 square feet. It's $205,000. And that is on, where is that? It's off of Pack Avenue. It is on Pack Avenue and 45th Street, that area. So you're closer to downtown. There's a house here that's 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath for $242. It's not looking so good. But even that house for $242, it's pending. And it's 1,028 square feet. That's probably the best that I've seen here. We're talking about in Tacoma. Anything else is pending. This one house is a tiny, tiny house. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 936 square feet. It's 190, but it's pending. But it needs work. It needs some work. Other than that, it's not looking good. Like, you don't see anything. Now, if you take out the measure for homes, then yeah, you have properties and stuff and lots that are available, but you're not finding much for 250. Gives you an idea. It gives you an idea. And again, these are houses that need some work. Now we're having the same issue that Seattle had. Remember, I said that in Seattle, you can get a home, but you're basically sacrificing some things, because you're going to have basically a home that is very tiny. The yard's very small. It's going to have maybe one bath or something like that, or it might be just one bedroom, one bath. You see a lot of those. Or maybe 2 bedrooms, 1 bath, that type of thing. Typically under 1,000 square feet, and these were homes that were sitting at 400,000 or 500,000. Well, you're now seeing the same thing happen down here. You're still seeing homes there are close to, well, they're basically 200,000, and they're under 1,000 square feet. But these homes still need a lot of work. Some of them, could you move in? Maybe, but it's difficult, and a lot of them have been sitting on the website for just a short amount of time. People snap them up. Now, more than likely, these are going to be flippers. People who buy these flip them and will try to resell them for more. You see a lot of that. Not as many people are renting houses as much as they used to. So the city is changing in that respect. That's just a quick snapshot. But it surprised me that now homes in this general area are at 400,000. And it's not just one, it's not just two, there's several. And there's been other homes that have been ticking up and selling quite a bit. And so it's really difficult. Now, I say this because I have people all the time that question and ask, like, hey, I'm looking for a home. I'm looking for something that I can definitely live in. And there's going to be a lot of things that you'll see, but you have to make some sacrifices. Do you want to live in a condo or a townhouse, right? These look basically like apartment buildings. Do you want to live in that? Which is totally fine. But if you do, you have a little bit more flexibility. Then I see some things for like 237, 229, that type of thing. And, it's not a big deal. But this one house that's for 230, for example, is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house for $230. Where is that at exactly? And it is over there in the Proctor district, but it's 800 square feet. So it's about the size of our new studio space. That's about how big it is. This house for $230,000, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. It's about 800 square feet. It's about the size of our studio space that we have for our pottery studio. So could you move into it? Yeah. And when I talk about people, if you're a single person, it's a little bit different because you can pretty much pick. But when you start to have like a kid or two, it becomes a little bit more challenging because the prices that you're wanting to get just aren't there. I see a lot of people saying I can afford about $300,000, and I'm telling them now $300,000, they'll get you a house for sure. There's no question about it. But is it going to be the size that you need? Is it going to have the yard space that you need? Is it going to be in the location that you're wanting it to be? And to be honest with you, Tacoma is the most affordable, right? It's the most affordable in the area. I mean, there's some other places outside of here that are probably a little bit, but I'm talking bigger areas. It's the most affordable. So when you start looking at the 300,000 range, it improves a little bit, but not by much. I mean, not by much. I mean, for example, here's a house that's a 3-bedroom and a 3/4 bath. Okay, it's not even a full bath. It's a 3/4 bath, $285,000, and it's 939 square feet. So it's just a little bit bigger than the studio. If I took the studio, and it's right next to the office of Freight House Square. If I took the studio and the office, that would be about the size of this house, and it's $285,000. So anyhow, yeah, I think you can definitely get homes and stuff, no question about it. Some of these though are going to be condos and townhouses. You might have a little bit better shot. Here's a townhouse for 270 over in the north end. So over there close to Ruston and all of that, and Point Defiance. 2 bedroom, two and a quarter bath. It's 1,088 square feet, and it's a townhome. You get one side of it. It's 270. It's a 2-story townhome. But there's, I don't know how big the building is, but it's about 270. So it depends on what you're looking for, right? There's bargains out there, but as far as having a single family home, large space where you're getting, 1,600 square feet minimum, big yard, and you're going to be paying like let's say 280, those days are gone. They're gone. Now for a house like that, where you don't have to put a lot of sweat equity into it, you're looking at least 400,000. You could find something out there where someone's trying to sell quick, because people often have to move. We're close to the military base, so there are people who have to move quickly. So you may find something, but people are always on it. And again, bidding wars. We saw a house, we know the price that it was listed, just checking it out, and the price went like $6,000 more than what they listed it for, because there's bidding wars. People really want it, so they keep bidding, bidding, bidding. So that is also a new reality. But anyhow, I see a house here that's not that fantastic, and it's for 300,000. But anyhow, I can go on and on and on. Hope that gives you a little bit of perspective. All is not lost. If you're wanting to get a home here now would probably, or home here in Tacoma, now would probably be the time to do it. It's only going to get more expensive for those who, because there's people who ask. There's a lot of people who ask me all the time. It's starting to be more like a mini Seattle for sure in terms of just the prices. It shocked me that when she told me that there are 3 houses here in this general area. I mean, literally, I could walk to it and not be out of breath. And I'm not someone who does a lot of walking. Well, I do more now, but anyway. But it's within close proximity, and 400, I mean, all on the same street. It's crazy that is kind of where things are. So anyhow, hope that gives a little bit of perspective. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I will see you. Take care.